Normally I'm a very calm person. But tonight, I'm a little irritated. Because there's a little midget bitch in the land down under. You know the guy. Talking about knives, bloody oath, and all this other shit. Has property that belongs to me. But it ain't going down like that. See, the Union is the most dominant faction on God's green earth and right here, right now. But I'm the only one who proves it, week in and week out, that I am the very best, the measuring stick of the promo world. And tonight, I'm gonna prove it. Get some business out of the way. Corporation, you better not show your face around here tonight. You're banned, all three of you. But Scott, before you leave, I want you to take that cotton out of your ears. I want you to sit down real nice and pretty, and I want you to look up at the God you know I am and hear every word coming out of my mouth. See, y'all like to do some pretty shady shit, and I said it on the last episode of Friday Night Fire. I'm rectifying that situation right damn now.
What's going to happen is
Rick Bickle has violated business ethic laws as well as many agreements in his contract with his investors. We must strip Rick Bickle, aka Warchain, of his CEO duties in Premier Promo Federation.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find when I'm home. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home, no way to go, no one that can see through that shine of the light. I can see my life is crap. I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the
PBF, it's me, the Bear County Beefcake, Mr. Awesome. I heard you were knocking on the Beefcake's door. You better be a hell of a man if you're gonna knock on my door. Woo! I get called all kinds of names. Mr. Awesome. I dig the name, man. All the women in high school used to call me Mr. Awesome, so I know where it comes from. But let me tell you this, Mr. Awesome. Even though you're a great athlete, good promo guy, you don't got what it takes for the Beefcake. You and all these other promo trash guys don't got what it takes. Not man enough. So let me tell you this, and I'm gonna end it like this. Real simple. The Beefcake is gonna take care of business. He's gonna go be with all the women he wants. He's gonna make all the money he wants, get the big contracts that PPF is gonna give him. And then he's gonna run wild and do whatever he wants. You understand? And when I'm done with you, Mr. Awesome, you're gonna go, oh, Beefcake, you're so awesome. And then everybody's gonna know that I am the man I say I am. I'm the man of the hour, the man of the power. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. Woo! And then it's gonna be Beefcake partying, drinking, doing whatever I want with any woman I want. Woo!
PPF. Friday Night Fire has finally arrived. See, just a few weeks back, I debuted here in the PPF, and a few weeks back, I main evented against a member of the union that they call the promo artist. And you see, I learned a valuable lesson in my debut match. It's that I cannot underestimate anybody. Whether it's the weakest guy in the union or whether it's the strongest man in the goddamn world, I can't label anybody. So I made a mistake. I overlooked my opponent. I allowed him to take advantage of me and get the quick 1, 2, 3. But in doing so, I put on a 5-star main event match. I showed the world what I was made of. Win, lose, or draw. This company, everybody in the locker room, everybody in the world knows that Mr. Awesome is not somebody to mess with. Now, clearly, I made that message perfectly understandable to management, because this week they booked me in a match with Brutus, the Barber Beefcake, WWF Hall of Famer and living legend. I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more thrilled. I couldn't be more confused. I'm going up against a guy who calls himself the Beefcake. So you mean to tell me that it's not Brutus the Barber Beefcake, but Roland the Barber... What? Alright. Time to switch it up a little bit. This week, one-on-one, the beef eater, beefcake, whatever the hell he calls himself, goes one-on-one with Mr. Awesome. And unfortunately for you, Mr. Beef Eater, this is the beginning of my redemption tour. Stay awesome, PPF, because everybody knows... Everybody knows that I...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 190 pounds, Baker County Beefcake.
Well, Friday Night Fire is your night to shine. Is your night to take Mary J out. Because I know you want to. I seen how you stared me down when I was against Red. When I was facing her. I seen that glare and I said that little chickie poo wants to take Mary J out. Here I am. Now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Dakota Moon. At Friday Night Fire, I'll be waiting in that ring for you. I'll be waiting in that ring to kick your ass. I will knock you all over that ring. I will ragdoll you everywhere. I will smash your head off of each and every turnbuckle. Nobody should ever underestimate what I can do in that ring. Because when I walk in there, I give elbows and I give knees. I don't stop. I bring the fire to Friday Night Fire. I am the fire. And I will be the women's champion here in PPF. Dakota Moon, if you got an issue with me, you bring it to the ring. And I want you to bring me everything you have. I only expect that from you. I expect your very best. Don't waste my time. Don't waste their time. Show up at that ring. Show me what you got. And just so you know, pain. I love pain. It drives me. But when I come flying off that rope with a leaping lariat right on your back, knocking you flat on your face, and then you feel my boots on the back of your head, and I start kicking you in the side of the face and stomping the back of your head, you're going to know Mary J's in the ring. You're going to know that you should never have signed the dotted line to face me. You're going to get a taste of who I am. Dakota Moon, and it's coming quick. I am going to get the victory. Now, I don't care who you want to bring to ringside. You can bring whoever you want. And I don't know if you are going to or not. It doesn't matter. Because whoever you bring to the ringside and they interfere, I will do the exact same thing to them. I will leave them laying out. I will hang them out to dry. I'm going to curb stomp you. I'm going to smash your face off the steel steps, Dakota. I'm not one person you'd want to step in the ring with. I'm telling you that right now. It's your biggest mistake when you sign the dotted line to face me, and you're going to see that very soon. So get ready.
Mary J, time's up. I told you this day was coming, and it's finally arrived. See, your first mistake was coming in here thinking that you were the best there ever was and the biggest, baddest thing we've ever seen, because you're not. You never have been, and you never will be. See, I told you, this is my house. I run this show. I am at the top of the throne, not you. And I'm getting ready to hand you your first loss. You ain't even going to have time to do that little Canadian cannonball thing you talk about, because I'm going to stop you before you ever get started. Because, see, there's only two things that have ever come out of Canada that were any good, and that's poutine and the crash test dummies. Because the damn sure ain't you. You've only had 2 matches, and they don't really count. I don't know why you're running around being all excited about being undefeated, because it was Raven. It's not really a match. That was more like a practice for the real deal. That would be me. You wanted the best, and you got the best. Because I'm here. But I tell you what, I got something for you. Got your participation trophy. Because you never are going to touch that women's belt. This might not be a title match yet. But don't worry. It'll come. You smell that? That's my victory. Get the hell out of my way.
So here I am. Mary J and Dakota Moon are in a match. Then all of a sudden, Red appears. She goes in. See, right now, I'm just gonna take all three of them out. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All of you out. Just like that. 1, 2, 3.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission. Data connection established. Syncing with host computer.
The champ is still here. Nobody's bothered to show up. Nobody's bothered to say a word. Foulmouth Aussie, I told you. You can sit here and tell all the stories, all the little fairy tales that you want. At the end of the day, the contract said the 19th. It was breached. Your little win, it means nothing. I told you, if you really wanted to be the champion, if you really believed that you were the man that was going to carry this, all you had to do was come and get it. Right there it is. I've officially taken this belt, and I've drawn a line in the sand that all you have to do is cross. But you're not going to do that, are you, Aussie? No. We all know that you're not going to do that. We know that you have doubt, and on top of all of it, you're on the other side of the world. There's nothing that you can do. As I said before, and as I'll say again, the champ is here. deal with it.
Friday Night Fire, here we are. We got one of my greatest friends, got the most talented individual, the most charismatic individual, going against some old ancient geezer known as the Artist, Michael, trying to make a name for himself after the last few times he's failed miserably. Oscar, I know you're going to go out there and pummel this old ancient skull into the mat, but I want you to send a message to all those union inbreds who are trying to gang up on us. Teach them exactly who they're messing with, that they're messing with the champ and one of the greatest founders of the PPF of all time. I want you to go out there, Oscar, as I'm sitting behind you, and teach that old ancient man to learn his role and shut his mouth. Good luck, Oscar. I'll be there with you.
Summertime is here. Friday Night Fire. We're bringing up the temperature, especially with the Artist going up against myself. You see, Artist, this has been a long time coming. The road for you to even climb in here with me, congratulations, you did it. You're up against a former champion. All that yapping you do, all that talking trash, that has brought you to this. Now, all those words that you have in store for me, everything that you've said, you don't think that I've heard that before? You don't think that an individual like myself, that is the pinnacle of success, has not heard anything negative? Are you kidding me? You're worse than the Joker, Artist. Because you're definitely a damn joke. You see, Friday Night Fire and this highlighted match, the one that is anticipated for you, because to me, it's just another Friday. I get to go out and enjoy the weekend. And you're going to be trembling down, taking out my words beta by beta, crumbling down in the corner and saying, why? Why did he have to attack me? Oh, why? A crybaby little bitch. Because that's what you are. Hey, Artist, the true art is in my lyrics. You, just a perpetrator. The best thing that you have going is being a part and being a member of the union. But even at that, you're their weakest link. You're a pathetic joke. Friday Night Fire. That's a wrap with you. Hello.
Oscar Zamarron, did I hear you correctly? Did I hear you say that you dethroned me out there at that mall? That you had me removed from my spot somehow? Magically? You know? Oh, man, you and I have two different recollections on how that day went, and I was really hoping you were going to be a little more intellectually honest, not only with yourself, but with the PPF here. Because, the way I remember it, I gave you my keys. I said, here you go, brother. You do what you need to do. So the foundation where your castle now sits today was built by me and me alone, because before I ever got there, it was just some old lady selling rubber duckies. When I left, it was the spot to go to, and you took that spot, and you've lived through that spot. So before you go trying to tell anyone that you dethroned me from anything around here, You're living off what I built. So now here in the PPF, you're trying to interject yourself now against me, my brother in the union, because now we're after the one thing that you couldn't even hold on to? You're here for one thing, Oscar. And let's not mince words about it. It's the same thing that I'm here for. So, one thing hasn't changed. You're still Rocky Balboa, sure, but you're Rocky 3 Rocky Balboa, and I'm Clubber Lang. The only thing I smell is dead meat when I get in the ring with you. So Oscar, you better knuckle it up, you better get it up, and you better keep it up, because I'm coming at you. This has been a long time coming, Oscar. Now what are you gonna do when I finally get my hands on you? I'm not gonna be the nice guy that you used to know. Nah. Not after the things that you were trying to say. I was gonna softball you, I was gonna go easy on you, but you know, brother, you're nothing but a lepe that never left the system. And I'm gonna prove that every single time that I get in the ring with you. Now, the gloves are off, I'm in the union, you're just hanging out there now, just trying to keep yourself relevant, trying to stay at that top contendership right now, because that's the only thing you've got now. You got lazy, you got complacent, and now you expect me to step aside and let you take what you think you own? I know what you're up to, Oscar. I could see the game that you're playing, and if that kid can't see it, then I'm gonna spell it out for him right now. Technician, the only reason why you got Oscar standing behind you rubbing your shoulders like that right now is just because he's grooming you. He is grooming you for one thing, a rematch. At least when I come at you, when my brother in arms, the hammer comes out at you, you know we're coming at you, because the lumps, the bruises, the nicks, the cuts that are left all over your body are going to be proof that we just stomped a mud hole on you. And Oscar, tonight when I'm done with you, there ain't going to be enough of you left to get around, to go around and spread your little joint in that mall. Because the one thing that no one ever told you about was I am the baddest guy out there. Why don't you go ask that little old hobbly old ratchety old hag that walks around there in that little sick, sad misery. You know what? Never mind. That has nothing to do with it. She's nothing to me now, but why don't you ask her what I did? Because, Oscar, I am the coolest guy around. I am the best friend that you can keep around until you piss me off. And consider me pissed.
The one my heart has gone to me, now go to wait.
Only getting started.
are your winners, the superstar, the technician, Nick Thompson,
PPF 99.5 and yeah, your brand new PPF heavyweight champion of the world is here. The foul-mouthed Aussie. And as I sit here in my lovely bar, having a coldie, I've been seeing everything that's been going on in PPF the last couple of weeks. Now, Union, I see on Monday Night Mike, the elite champion has said that he's not going to show the Arts of Wrestling Elite Championship on any of their shows anymore. Wow. Two can play at that game, can't they, War Chain? Should I? Should I grab the title? The PPF Heavyweight Championship? Should I grab it? Nah. If that's the way you're gonna play the game, War Chain, well then I am the PPF Heavyweight Champion of the world. And I refuse to bring that title on Friday Night Fire or any other showcase that PPF has. Because quite frankly, I don't think anybody deserves to see that title from PPF. Now, War Chain, you can cry all you like. Your little union buddies can cry all they like. But it was your champion that dropped the ball at Ace of Spades. And the foul-mouthed Aussie destroyed him. Now, you know what? PPF. I've seen people running their mouths in here. Now let's get to that. Scott Chambers. You want to say that the foul-mouthed Aussie all he does is run his mouth and hides. Obviously you haven't been paying attention too well, have you? Because Scott Chambers, you want to talk about you pinned Haystacks 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Scott Chambers, you did. But it was a non-title match. What, you think that gives you something now? I pinned the heavyweight champion 1, 2, 3, and Ace of Spades. If you're not paying attention, go and have a look. Because the foul-mouthed Aussie pinned the champion and became the new PPF heavyweight champion of the world. And Scott Chambers, I don't have to run and hide from no one because you ain't done shit and you ain't beat me before, so I don't care what your problem is with Haystacks. Because he ain't got nothing to offer anymore. So you can keep flapping your gums all you want, Scott Chambers, but when I first saw you, you were nothing more than a Ric Flair wannabe. And then you decided to put a suit on and think you were corporate. Well, Scott Chambers, it's gonna take a lot more than a suit and a tie to even have the foul-mouthed Aussie look at you for a chance for that PPF Heavyweight Championship. And for the rest of the talent on PPF, you better wake up and smell the coffee real soon. Because if you haven't been paying attention, a war is about to start. And what side you choose will determine your destiny. Now you can either stay on the B-grade show, because let's face it, that's what it is. Or you can grow a set and come join the arts of wrestling, where only the elite take to the stage. PPF, this is your wake-up call. You won't see the PPF Heavyweight Championship no more on any shows here. If you want to see that title, then come on over to the Arts of Wrestling and let's see if you've even got what it takes to stand on the stage with the elite. I'm done playing games with all you fools. And War Chain. And the Union. I'm far from done with all you guys. Because you've got a champion that dropped the ball. You have a no-show. And you have somebody that you've been tying down since day one. So are you really a team? Only time will tell. But from this day onwards, PPF Heavyweight Champion of the World, the foul-mouthed Aussie, will only be seen at the Arts of Wrestling, where the elite take to the stage. And if you don't like that, PPF, then come do something about it.